Happy New Year's weekend, people. I would like to wish you guys a safe and enjoyable weekend. Whether you be in the club, with your family, whatever, just make sure you get back home to the kids, to the people that mean most to you. And one thing we all know that's coming up on Monday is New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024. Another thing that is coming up on Monday that means the world to me is another project that I'm putting out. Again, January 1st, 2024, SCALÉTAPE. This is the project that I told you guys that I've had in the tuck for a couple years, for like 3 years now. And I'm not going to do song by song detail like I did with the project that's currently out now. This one's for you, Dad, which is available now everywhere music is sold, everywhere music can be streamed. This project right here, I'm just gonna tell y'all, just gonna give y'all, some insight to this in this video. This project, the reason why I think y'all should tune into it is because, man, if I say so myself, I'm rapping like the Ren is doing that thing. That project, like I told you, it's been in the tuck since about 2019, 2020. I started working on it in 2019. I finished it in 2020. And it was a sense of desperation. It was a sense of a lot of uncertainty. You know what I mean? Because as you guys all know, that follow the brand Scale, it's a play off of that. And we started Scale, me and my brother Larry Legend, in July of 2018. Well, actually, the idea came about before that. It was an idea that he came up with. You know what I mean? And it came to fruition in July 2018. We sold our first shirt, or dare I say, we gave our first shirt away in July 2018. And the purpose of it was to, get my homeboy out the street. You know what I mean? Get Legend out the street. Again, this is something I don't really feel comfortable talking about because it's somebody else's business. You know what I mean? But he spoke about it. You know what I mean? He spoke about it online, and we've had discussions where it's cool enough to make this information public. But this is Scale was created from a sense of desperation and wanting to do right. You know what I mean? So he knew the line of profession he chose to take for the majority of his life. You know what I mean? It didn't have no positive end game. You know what I mean? So he wanted to create something that could take the place of that. So that's what we did. And due to the simple fact that I'm the friend that pays more attention to fashion and pricing and material and everything like that, it's the reason why we made a perfect bond to create this. But while doing this, so we gave away our first shirt July 2018, and April 2nd, 2019, my homeboy caught a case. My homeboy Larry Legend caught a case that we both thought was gonna end him. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. We thought it was essentially over with. And I remember like it was yesterday. I was at my homeboy Keno's repast. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the big bro Keno, Dean. I was at his repast, and that was the first time my brother Larry Legend called me from federal prison, from a federal holding center, and I could just hear it. He's a dude I'm on the phone with every day, all day, and I just heard it in his voice, the sense of uncertainty, the sense of I fucked up, and I let you down. And I don't know how to tell you I let you down. I could hear all of that in his voice. And one of the things that he told me was, make sure to keep our name alive. Keep Scale alive. Keep us alive musically, because, again, I spoke about it previously in another video where we had an opportunity to sign a deal. Not so much we, more so him. but we was, you know, coming in as a package deal. He was going to kick the door down, and I was going to finish off anything that he didn't get, you know. But it never ended up coming to fruition. And again, it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. If anything, it was because of the case that my brother caught that caused him not to be out here in the street. You know what I mean? But, you know, because of that, he wanted me to keep us alive musically. He wanted me to keep us alive as far as the brand, keep the brand alive. And, you know, now we in 2023 going into 2024, you know, scale is lit in the town. You know what I mean? But this conversation of him telling me to keep the brand alive, this in 2019, where people don't have no idea what scale is. You know what I mean? So for me to have to do that by myself, that was a task. But it was a task that I'm overqualified to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I could hear the sense of desperation in his voice. And like I said, this is what anybody I love in my life. I never go into nothing wanting to let y'all down. Never. So when I gave him my word I would do it, that's just what I set out to do it. And one of the idea that I was thinking about before we even got off the phone, it was, you know, I had a plan. I'm like, yo, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out with a project called SCALÉTAPE. You know what I mean? It's going to be based around the actual, you know, meaning of scale. You know what I mean? I'm a tie some merch into it. So the first 100 people that stream the project, the first 100 people that buy the project, I'm going to give them a free hoodie, a free hat, and a free wristband. That's where this came from. Scale. Success comes after life experience. You know what I mean? And this hat is from the collection of the project that I was going to come out with. This wing represents when Kobe passed away, you know, because Kobe had passed away around January of 2019. And, you know, due to the simple fact that shit affected all of us, especially men with daughters. It did something to us. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I wanted to, you know, give him his respects, you know what I mean, without making any money off of it. So that's why it was like, yo, the first 100 people that, you know, do this, I'm going to give you this. You know what I mean? We have hoodies too that I still have that I don't have on right now. But yeah, I had tied this project around the whole scale meaning. You know what I mean? I wanted to tie it around the clothing, the brand, so that way I would put out a mixtape, I would put out a project that will keep us alive musically, and while doing that, tie in some clothing with it so that it can help grow the brand. But in the midst of that, we had ended up getting some good news from our brother Legend that his case was not as bad as we previously thought it was, and that he was coming home earlier than we was expected. Like I said, anytime anybody out there who has any type of relation with anybody that's doing anything illegal, whenever they get caught, you always think the worst. Oh man, he's gonna be gone for 10 years. Oh man, you think the worst. So it wasn't nowhere near as bad as we thought it was. And again, this is a situation where he handled it with honor. No mustard on his jacket. You know what I mean? Didn't tell on a soul. Name is not in nobody else's paperwork. You know, and like I said, that's needless to say. But in 2023, 2024, you kind of have to explain that. You know what I mean? Because a rumor like that will stick on you in a minute. But yeah, he just handled it with honor and integrity. And he ended up coming home to his beautiful family, his kids, you know, and was able to help further grow the brand, you know. And so for that, we had backed off on the project because we had discussions of coming out with a project with me and him, and it never came to fruition just because we had got so tied up with growing the brand, having pop-up shops, and you know what I mean, getting the website off the ground, you know what I mean, just everything. And music took a back seat to everything else we was doing. So that's the reason why we never got a chance to come out with a project ourselves, us together. But I had a discussion with Legend, you know what I mean, and I told him, I've been wanting to drop this project for a while, you know what I mean, but I had just dropped This One's For You, Dad, in the summertime. So I wanted to get that some room to breathe, and it's still going to stand alone. That, me personally, if you ask me, that is a classic, and I'm a realist. I'm a guy, I don't say everything I do is a classic, you know what I mean? But This One's For You, Dad, if you have not listened to it, it is a classic. But yeah, this is just to let y'all know, man, like, I just wanted to let y'all know where I was at, musically. I wanted to let you guys know where I was at emotionally, psychologically. I'm rapping like the renters do. And you guys get a chance, y'all sitting around, y'all kicking it, check out the project Scale Tape, that will be available everywhere. January 1st, 2024. We starting the year off with a bang. We starting the year off right. And, oh yeah, this summer too, another album. This is my best work to date, the album that's coming this summer. But until then, Scale Tape, we starting off the year right. We starting off the year with a bang. I promise you. I'm rapping like somebody made me mad. So yeah, check it out. Just wanted to give you guys some insight as to where I was at musically and psychologically. You know what I mean? So yeah, again, happy early New Year's. Have an eventful weekend and make sure to get home safe to your family so we can enjoy the rest of the year and have just as much success as we did the previous year in 2023, y'all. Yeah, check it out. Appreciate you guys for sticking with me for the last 12 minutes.